Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. You have stumbled on to this channel, the Daily Woo channel, where I present what I'm doing on an everyday basis, where I'm going, who I'm hanging out with, things that have to do with my life. I can make the conscious decision to sit right here and watch TV every day and never leave the house, but I don't. I go out and I do things. I try to have a good time. I invite you into my world if you so choose to be a part of it. You don't have to make that decision. If you do not like what I am doing and what I'm presenting to you, click stop now, unsubscribe, and move on. There are plenty of other YouTubers out there. There are plenty of other people doing content on the internet that you can watch, or you can go out and do stuff yourself. I'm inviting you into my life. If you don't want to be a part of it, it's time to move on. Are you still here? Awesome. It's my second channel, Daily Vlog channel. Thanks for sticking around. It's the Daily Woo. On a non-smoggy day, you can see downtown Los Angeles from the top of this overpass. Way off in the distance, you can see it. You can barely see it if you look closely, straight ahead. Downtown LA. We're not going to downtown LA. We're going somewhere else. Looking for a place called George Bellis Park. And this is it, right here. The area I'm standing at now is the last undeveloped section of a former roadside attraction in Buena Park, California. And I use the word undeveloped lightly because, as you can see, there are baseball fields that have been put here. But if you go on the property just a little bit farther that way, there are warehouses and businesses and roads. Decades ago, this whole section was totally different. And I brought my laptop along with me to give you a little frame of reference. This is the map of the former Japanese village, and as best I can tell, we are currently standing somewhere in this area here. Now, it looks like this. From what I can tell by doing some research online, this place was pretty awesome. Very well themed. They had a lot of deer running around, a lot of animals, a lot of shows. There's even a Wikipedia article on the information about this spot. Japanese Village and Deer Park. The park first opened in 1967 at the address of 6122 Knott Avenue. The park closed in 1975 when it was sold along with the Movie Land Wax Museum. That's over by Knott's Berry Farm. And here is the insane thing. Almost 200 deer were euthanized. 200 deer. Just think about that for a second. 200 live animals, because of the closure of a theme park, were put to sleep. That would not happen in these days. At least, I hope not. All through here were all types of themed pavilions, ponds, shows, attractions, places to get food, tourists, all along through here. You can see not a whole heck of a lot when it comes to remnants of the park itself. And once you get a little farther in, you can see those warehouses that I'm talking about. It's really hard to designate where each of the attractions used to sit. I don't think that workout equipment was here back then, though. That's right. Come on here. Come on. This large tree here could have been back in the day, though. That right there has probably survived that long. This might have seen some things back in the day. Okay, that was the bottom part of the property. Let's drive up the road a little and see if we can find where the entryway was. If you look way off in the distance, you can see the 5 freeway, which a lot of people would pull off that freeway to get into the park. Now this road here, Village, I do not think this road existed back then. This was an access road that was built once these warehouse all came into play. I think we're kind of about right in here where the entryway was, where that Village Road was created here in this little warehouse region. I think that's pretty much where we are here, was the entryway into Japanese Village right there. This parking area is all that remains of the first glimpse off the freeway of the park itself. Now you can see no remnants left, but there's the freeway right there in the distance. So check this out. The freeway, in my opinion, runs right along here. And this sign, of course, was trying to catch the eye of all the freeway passerbyers, which means the sign would have been right about in this area here, catching all the drivers going to and fro, saying, "Come on into the Japanese village." Look at this old pamphlet. Visit the Fuji folk at Japanese Village, 6122 Knott Avenue, Buena Park, California. The Fuji folk. You could meet the Fuji folk out here. I want to know where on property this slide was. Was this like a kiddie pool out here? Could anyone that paid admission just slide down that slide? You think that guy right there slid down that slide at some point in his career? Maybe. Here's an old postcard. Barking sea lions. Those sea lions, they were barking. Huh. I kind of want to see what it looks like from the freeway. Here's a sign designating Knott Avenue, spray painted on the side of that electrical box. And up there, that's the entrance into Orange County. As you drive along the 5 freeway, off to the right-hand side is the former Japanese village. Now I get to walk down the steep incline. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa! Whoa! Oh! Oh my gosh! I could have tripped right there. That would have been bad. Could have fallen in one of those snake holes. Oops, I just now saw this sign. Guess I shouldn't have walked up there. Sorry. Since we're so close, it's only a mile from property to property, let's check out the Movieland Wax Museum that was also sold in 1975. According to that Wikipedia article anyway. It's cool, they still have the 1970 sign right up there. It's now used as a Titanic and a bodies exhibition. Speaking of Titanic, did you see that awesome thing that they put on the Titanic YouTube channel? The entire 2.5-hour real-time simulation of the sinking of the Titanic. I think they uploaded it a couple days ago. Pretty freaking cool. You can still see some remnants of the old Movieland Wax Museum right in here. Look at the theming on this backside. Of course, you can't go past this chain link fence. And what have we here? Say it ain't so. A broken Bart Simpson skateboard. Don't have a cow, man. This place was so popular back in the day. Celebrities put their handprints here. What's up, brother? I have to be the bearer of sad news. Titanic, the exhibition, which took over this building, I just realized, according to a sign on the front of the door, is now closed. That's super strange. I wonder why it closed. Speaking of Titanic exhibitions and exhibits, check out the one in Pigeon Forge. Pretty freaking awesome. They have built a replica, like a quarter length or maybe a half size replica of the Titanic itself. So cool. America's first theme park. Since I was right next door to Knott's Berry Farm, I decided to take advantage of my annual pass and my free refill mug and stop in for a very short while. Time for Coast Rider, and look who it is! It's Justin Scard. You've never been on this before.
Nope.
We're gonna do it right now. You all right?
I'm genuinely terrified of these kind of rides. For real.
You'll be all right.
Like, not an on-camera funny.
No, you'll be fine.
This scares me.
Just pretend it's Goofy Sky School at DCA.
That does not help.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying. But if it's any consolation, this is worse. Here we go. Does it help at all, Justin, that we're in the front seat? Does that make it less terrifying?
No, I super regret sitting here.
Get ready, this is fun.
Oh my gosh, dude, I just looked down. How stupid.
Whatever you do, hold on. Oh. Here we go, hold on. Oh.
Oh. Why did it do that? Why did it do that? Why did it turn like that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Seriously.
Don't look over the edge.
No, I'm trying not to. No.
Just think of the Aerosmith song. We're living on the edge. I'll see you later.
Wait a minute. I thought the deal was I ride Coast Rider and you go to Disneyland with me and ride Goofy Sky School.
I guess I'm headed to Disneyland. Good thing is, it's not out of the way. I have to pass it to get home. Okay, it's time. All right, are you happy now? You got me in line for Goofy Sky School.
Anytime Goofy's anywhere near me, I'm so happy.
This is more terrifying to me than the one at Knott's.
This one has Goofy. It's Disney.
It's scarier. The turns are scarier.
I've never been on it, but it actually
You've never been on this?
No.
You've never ridden Goofy Sky School?
No, I just love Goofy.
You're a liar. This is like deja vu right now.
Deja what?
Deja vu. We were at Knott's literally 30 minutes ago.
Yep.
Now we're at DCA.
Now we're not.
And now we're going up Goofy Sky School.
Hey. I just remembered something.
What?
I'm actually terrified of this.
Whoa!
Why?
Whoa! This is super bad. Oh, look at this. This is such a bad idea.
No.
Whoa! You feel like you're gonna fly over the edge right here. Oh, I'd rather ride Scream it. Oh. We're gonna go through there. Whoa!
Ah, why? Why did it do that?
Here comes the drop right here.
Drop!
All right, we did it. We did the double. I don't know, what do you want to call this?
I think they're called mouse coasters.
Mouse coasters? They're basically
double,
box roller coasters.
Yeah, the
they're
double
like,
out of the box
You buy
coaster.
a roller coaster and you put it together.
Is that Oswald? Do you have time for one more, Oswald? Hi.
We're gonna get a picture.
Oswald, how are you?
What's up, buddy?
You're so soft.
Good to see you. You're on film.
He's making a move. I see. He's making a move.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
We missed it.
Oh, look at that. Oswald and you are shaking your heinies.
Yeah.
Show one with me in there. Oh, hashtag
Fun
awesomeness.
pick.
Hashtag
What a
fun
pick. What a fun one.
And now it's time for Ask Adam the Woo. Don't forget the hashtag.
Hey Adam, how old were you when you first started playing the bass? And how old were you when you joined your first band? Thanks, pal.
I was 27 years old before I picked up my very first musical instrument. It was a bass guitar. I went to the shop. I said, I want a bass guitar and I want an amplifier. The salesman at that time said, try it on, put the strap on, give it a little bit of a try. I was too nervous, too self-conscious to play it in front of anyone, including the salesman. I said, wrap it up. I took it home back to my apartment I had at that time, closed the door. My roommate was there. I did not even want him seeing me holding this awkward instrument. And I taught myself how to play bass guitar. Shortly after that, I joined my first band, went to another band, went to another band, and went to another band, and did pretty well in bands, being self-taught and not starting until I was 27 years old.
Hey Adam, I just heard that they're talking about doing a Three's Company movie. Would you see a Three's Company movie? And what is your favorite episode of Three's Company? Thanks, man, and keep up the good work.
Oh, I am so not happy about a Three's Company movie. I would probably see it just so I could mock it and ridicule it and not be happy about the fact that someone other than John Ritter or Joyce DeWitt or Suzanne Summers or the rest of the cast would be playing those roles. I just feel some things are sacred and should not be made into a movie, especially decades later. I am the hugest Three's Company fan on the face of the planet. I have the book. I have the DVDs. You'd be hard-pressed to find a bigger Three's Company fan than I. And I really don't, at first thought, I don't like the idea. As far as my favorite episodes, there are so many. The one where he goes to the party and he's dancing around because he's really drunk and messed up because he did not want to fly across the ocean to Hawaii to this secret island for this party. So he gets a little bit liquored up and crazy and he's dancing around. That's a really good one. I think most people consider that to be one of the better Three's Company episodes. But I also like the one where he is hitting on Harvey's sister, the guy at the gym, and he's so sore he can't even walk around, and Harvey shows up with the other two girls and he's drinking the eggs and he's in the room and he's like, Harvey's your brother? Harvey's your brother? But John Ritter can't move because he's so sore from working out when he's not the kind of guy to work out. He's trying to impress this girl. And there's also the episode where he gets all the poison ivy all over his body, and the only way the brother knows that he's messing around with the sister in the woods is because he's the one that has poison ivy. I love Three's Company. I'm more of a Furley guy. I do like the Ropers, but I love when Don Knotts comes in there. Season 4, out of all 8 seasons, I think are the most geniusly written and best episodes of Three's Company.
Hey Adam, when will you be coming down to Austin, Texas to explore?
I do like Texas, and especially Austin. In fact, I did the filming locations from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre around Austin, not specifically in Austin, but just on the outskirts. And did you know the gas station from Texas Chainsaw Massacre used to be abandoned when I did the filming location video? And now someone has bought it, and they are renting out the rooms. I need to get back there. That sounds like one heck of a weekend.
Hey Adam, I was wondering if you're ever coming to Easton, Pennsylvania to Bushkill Park. It's abandoned and they have the oldest funhouse in the USA.
That sounds pretty cool. I've never heard of that place actually, so I appreciate the tip. I do like abandoned theme parks, and they don't grow on trees. They're not on every corner, so any little tidbit, a hint on an abandoned theme park is much appreciated.
Hey Adam, I just have another question about which Tarantino movie do you like or have you seen? I think he's a really good director, and that's one of my questions for you for now. Thank you.
I do like Quentin Tarantino. Of course, the obvious is going to be Pulp Fiction, but there was a movie called Jackie Brown, which I don't think did as well as some of his other bigger films. I really like Jackie Brown. Did you ever see that one?
Hey, Adam, do you know Joy?
Who? Okay, there's a castle. This looks like Disney World. I had to turn the sound down because of the copyright music. Wait, it's a note that says, Dear Adam the Woo, isn't it fun going to Disney alone? SS&E. Huh. I do like going to Disney alone, or with family, or with friends, or with strangers. Maybe not the strangers. One of the scariest places I ever went was an abandoned high-rise building in the panhandle of Florida. Some other explorers have been there since, but when I went, I was completely by myself. It was terrifying. I never want to go back there.
Hi Adam, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
That's a really good question. In 10 years, I will be almost 52 years old. It's crazy to think about. A lot of things can happen in 10 years. A lot of things can progress. A lot of things can happen in a year, 2 years, or 5 years. But 10 years, that's a very full, loaded question. Hopefully I'm still around, doing things, exploring, filming, living life, enjoying life. That's all you can ask for.
Out of all the places that you've explored, what were your 2 top favorites?
There are a lot of places that I have been and gone, and a lot of places kind of get forgotten and lost in the shuffle with the mix of all the different videos that I've done. These might not necessarily be the top 2, but here are 2 that some people may not have seen and mean a lot to me. This is a place called the Minister's Treehouse, a huge gargantuan treehouse in the middle, basically in the middle of nowhere, built by a minister. I snuck all around through here years ago. It's called the world's largest treehouse. You just find it on the Adam the Woo channel. I love this video here. This gentleman built this castle completely by himself, by hand, with supplies that people left on his property. The incomplete castle, one man's fortress of faith. Check it out.
I just want to know, Adam, do you play video games? And if you do, what's your favorite video games that you play?
I am not familiar with any of the video game systems that have come out in the last few decades. I am an old school 80s nerd. I love the 1985 released NES system, the Nintendo Entertainment System, Contra, the Konami code, up, down, left, right, BA, select, start, or just start, depending on if you're playing with 1 or 2 players. I love all that stuff. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Legendary Wings, Legend of Zelda. All of that stuff holds a very special place in my heart. And who could forget Metroid? Man, I had such a tough time beating that game.
Hey Adam, I was just wondering, what's your favorite non-mainstream kind of hidden gem attraction at Disneyland?
I think I'm going to have to go full Fantasyland on this one and say Pinocchio or maybe Alice in Wonderland. But I feel like Pinocchio does not get the love and the respect that it deserves. As far as Walt Disney World versus Disneyland, Disneyland has the better Fantasyland by far, in my opinion. By the way, that is an awesome, either a poster or a picture or a little mural of the great movie ride you have back there on your back wall. I'm very jealous of that item. And that has been another edition of Go For It.
Ask, I'm the wolf.